All right. After a very long time, we're back. We're back in the gym. We're back doing some weightlifting, and a lot of things have happened since last time we spoke. So I thought that what better way to start by doing a few sets, like the last the old setup. I've done my warm up already, so we're going to do the working sets. We have 3 exercises today. We have squats, we have seated rows, and then we have some remaining deadlifts. And that's going to be about it. That's going to be what I have time for today during my lunch break. So 70 kilo squat. I'm going to attempt 10 reps with this. So we'll see how it goes in my form. We'll kind of have to see how the camera angle looks. A long time since I did this. Still haven't used a plank on the floor, Still haven't gotten the lifting shoes, but probably I should, and probably I will sometime soon. But for now, we'll see if we can do 10 reps with 70 kilos, which is way less than I did before. But a lot has happened, so. That's a good set. Whew. So, first working set with 10 reps of squats for months. So, basically, I stopped uploading to this channel because I started going back to work, and felt like I had abandoned my old channel and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to pick up where I stopped at this channel there, but it didn't feel right, I made this channel now, on my way back to recovery. So I thought, I'm just gonna come back here and upload again. So started doing jiu-jitsu 2 times a week, and I really enjoyed it. So I started going 3 times a week, and after that, I was kind of hooked on martial arts again, at least jiu-jitsu / grappling, And so basically I would train jiu-jitsu 3 times a week. I would try to lift 3 to 4 times a week, and do this next set. I'm gonna continue from there. We're doing 4 to 5 sets today, but it's just so nice to be able to just be doing squats again, All right, 8 reps is where it's at, and we'll keep building. So, then one guy at the jiu-jitsu place, he told me to come try no-gi, so jiu-jitsu without the suit, right? And I did, and I was hooked. Wow, so much fun, so difficult, not having anything to grab, more wrestling kind of ish. So I got hooked on that. So now I'm doing jiu-jitsu with gi and jiu-jitsu with no gi. So gym was slowly starting to fall behind, but since I was at the beginning of my grappling and jiu-jitsu phase, then every session gave me so much in that area, and every session in strength, perceived strength or perceived gain wasn't a big. So I started prioritizing doing jiu-jitsu instead. And then I went back to judo, and I got hooked to judo again. You see where this is going? Burnout syndrome, a lot of things going on. So I swapped jiu-jitsu with gi to judo because I wanted to food. Because with gi, I had rekindled my love for judo. So the time spent with gi, I wanted to spend on judo. So that's what I did. Judo and no gi. I gained some muscles, more cardio. I got more flexible. I lost strength. Then there was this judo tournament which was coming up. So I had to reprioritize again. Okay, let's get it. Let's go for 8. There you go. So, judo competition. I had an orange belt in judo, and I had like 2.5 months, 3 months to get the green belt. So 2 belts up in judo if I wanted to compete in a competition. So I started training towards that. Got the first belt, orange and green. Got sick for like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Went back, had 3 weeks to get the belt for the tournament. Got the belt like a couple of days before we were supposed to leave. I think it was 1 week before. Anyways, went to the tournament, won 1 out of 3 matches, green belt in judo, faced only brown belts and black belts, so I did okay. And here I am, 2 weeks later, lost with my purpose, because for so many weeks I only did judo, I did randori, and I had such specific goals. Train for these techniques to get the belt, do this for the tournament, nothing else. And now after that, it's kind of like if you have a stressful time at work, if you finally go on vacation, it takes a while to land and so on. So that's where I'm kind of at right now. So that's what's going on, you know, training wise. So I haven't been lifting. I did squats last week, but I did like only a few ones, no sets of 10s or 8s. So I haven't done gym since like, I don't know, June or so, and it's November now. So I'm happy I'm still able to push 70 kilos for 8 reps. And my knees is not, something is up with it, but that's because of my rheumatism and the cold weather. All right, so set number 4, let's go. Ooh. Yeah, that will wait for squats. So first 4 real sets of squats for like 5 months. I have some problems in my body. I think have hurt something here, which hurt. I'm going to physiotherapist. I kind of got a hit on this finger, so they believe it's a crack in the finger and it's also swollen. So I have to tape my fingers together when I use it with strength. And then I've twisted my toes, like the row with toes. So there's no point in me just making everything worse now. The next competition that I'm registered for is in late January, so I have a whole December and January to kind of regroup and train. So now for 2-3 weeks since competition, so 1 more week, kind of just get the feel into it, see how my arm is feeling, because I've been practicing a throw. It's called seoinage. Can't really do that too much now, so now I'm gonna switch up to like the throw in judo. It's called uchimata. You go in between your opponent's leg, you throw them like that, or the haragoshi, which basically instead of going in between your legs for your opponent, you step in front of them and you throw them. So that's what I'm gonna be aiming for, because I feel like with my hand that's holding their collar, my tsurite, hurts when I do seoinage, but when I do the uchimata, I can kind of use it in positions where it doesn't hurt as much. So, you know, gotta be smart to be able to keep training. So and I also had this great friend of mine, Mats. He helped me get the first belt that I did to this time, the orange and green, and then he also helped me practice 4 days a week. I did judos, and after that, after each class I did an hour of just techniques every time for like a month, and he was with me there every time, so I'm eternally grateful for him. And then a friend of mine, Robin, he was the one that graduated me, and he actually did it in a practice where it had sparring or randori, and he awarded me the green belt, which is kind of cool because usually you don't get it in front of everyone. You have to like do your own test, right, to get approved. So that was really cool. So that's basically my short summary. Let's do 1 more plate. So, and on the side of that, I went back to work, you know. So I started working again 25%, 2nd of February. I did 25% until May. Basically go there 2 hours a day. And then at May, I did 50% until August. Then I did 75% from the end of August to the end of October. And now, since like 1 month, I'm working 100% again, which feels nice. It's still get tired from time to time. Still think ways, you know, to adjust. But I feel happy that I'm able to actually, you know, do it, you know. So, yeah, working again. We're selling things on the farm. We're gonna sell the farm. So we're getting rid of machines, cleaning up, making sure that we can live here. But at the same time, if someone comes and places a nice offer on the farm here, then you know, we don't have to want to start the process of getting rid of things then, you know. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Looking at apartments and stuff like that, trying to figure out my next move, you know. But I think it's gonna be a nice journey after all, you know. Me now have a nice job. I'm able to take a lot of responsibility and do things in the pace I want to take. At the same time, I don't hold the responsibility if something goes wrong. That's why junior project manager is a nice position. Thought as flashy title, junior product manager. But if I look at the pay I'm getting, comparison to how much I'm actually able to learn and, you know, develop, which is the most important part. I mean, getting paid is important, but being able to work at a place where you're continuously fed with more knowledge, so you can raise your competence, and in that turn, once you know more, you can go to positions where you make more money if you want to, and you're able to ride those positions without, you know, being stuck too hard, like getting into a position where you're not ready, where doing things wrong can have big consequences. Is it maybe worth to make, I don't know, $500 a month less, $1,000 a month less for 1 more year, 2 more years, getting that knowledge, and then go to that position and, you know, finish that up and handle it, you know, and be able to feel good outside of work and have a life? In my opinion, you know, the peace, the value of peace has gone up for me. All right. I'm actually going to do 5 sets of this one. It feels nice. So yeah, work is going good. My new boss, because I got a new boss from the 1st of January, which is when I was still home. So like the transition was a lot of unsure, unknowns, some question marks, but me personally couldn't be happier with my new boss. She's taking good care of me, checks in on me. Sometimes when she's noticing that I'm going a little bit too fast, she stops me up and we talk about it, and, you know, make sure I don't fall into the patterns before, you know, where I used to go. And it feels nice to have someone that you know, that puts down effort and time into you know. So super happy with that. All right, last set. Man, that's tough. So, deadlifts and then we're done. All right, I'm just gonna set it up. So, we're doing Romanians now, 60 kilos. We'll do sets of, I don't know, 10 or 8. We'll start here, we'll see how it goes. Since my wrist is feeling a bit, you know, sore or torn because there's a mini tear, I'm gonna use straps, you know, and focus on getting that lower back worked, you know. We'll try 60 kilos, and if it feels too light, then we'll go up. I always sound like when there's a, I remember seeing in other videos, when there's a truck or something coming here, sounds like it's coming to drive into our place, but it's not. So definitely 60 kilo, not too light right now. I think it's also because since I'm not so untrained, these squats is, you know, taxing my body in a way that they don't really have, you know, the recovery for this exercise, which is fine. The point of this exercise, or for me right now, the point of doing these lifts is to support my, you know, my grappling and my judo. So as long as I feel like I am progressing, you know, that you know, I can see the correlation of doing strength and conditioning and improving my judo or my grappling, my you know, my martial arts, then that's gonna be, you know, good for me. Maybe I'm resting too little now. We'll see. 4 sets of this. So, ooh, it's going good. So, doing grappling greatly improves my athleticism because you can have a lot of techniques, and which is very important. But if you have explosiveness and strength, you can compensate and take on people that are more technical than you and kind of like wear them down, you know? So in grappling, there's that aspect, of course, also in judo. But in judo, you have this other kind of aspect where you have this gi. It's the same like in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, where if you get a good grip on the gi, you can play your techniques and you can kind of like play your way, which from my perspective, grappling, you're more dependent on your strength. So when I only did grappling for a while before I started judo, so this summer I did mostly grappling. We did like 7 days a week, rolling. Not every roll was super heavy, but I felt, you know, well-rounded, strong. So I think that's why, you know, I haven't been in the gym for several months, and my strength is not the same, but it's not, you know, drastically falling behind. Also seeing how, you know, since I went back to work, I've lost like 8 kilos, you know, since I started doing jiu-jitsu again. So there's also that aspect of, you know, getting weaker if you lose weight. So I would say I've been holding it up pretty good, and I'm turning 30 next year, you know. So my body is not what it was 5 years ago, which you also got to take in, you know, consideration. One more after this. So the split now, as you can see, is, well, the theme is posterior chain every time I do judo or gym in a way, but mostly when I do my squats, Romanians, I do my rows, also pull-ups. Now I did pull-ups the other day, a lot of them, so my back's kind of like eh. And today at this time I was actually supposed to go roll, but you know, our coach, he got sick, so I thought, I'm just gonna go down here and do something anyways. Also kickstart the filming again, it's time. So, but anyways, the other gym days I will do shoulder press, I will do bench, I'll do side raises, and maybe front squat, depending on, since my hand is like this, it's a front rack position is a bit difficult. I did some clean and jerks before I learned how to do the split jerk and to clean decently, but I think that's gonna have to wait for a little bit. Next time I train, I'm going to kind of see if I can work a little bit more on the snatch and see how that feels for my wrist. As long as I can do like either clean and jerk or snatch at least once a week, then my explosiveness, it's going to be, it's gonna keep building, So when it comes to sparring, judo, foot sweeps, but my toes are hurting, so not too much. It's basically Uchimata, Osotogari, Uchimata. No, yeah, Haragoshi, Osotogari, and Uchimata. That's what I'm gonna spam. All right, final 8. Whew. That's it. That's basically it for this session. 3 exercises. I did about 10 minutes of running for warm-up. I did some pull-ups, back raises, body weighted squats for warm-up as well. I'm gonna also stretch my wrist. Basically here's where I'm feeling it, right? Especially when with the morode, or like this movement is taxing on me. This and this, So also now when I do grappling, you're supposed to like post with your arm. I'm used to like posting like this. So now I kind of want to go on this side so I can post with this good arm and kind of use this one to roll. So I'll just have to find ways to, learn new things. I got this throwing dummy that I can do like steps. It's not gonna directly translate to judo specifically, but it's fun to have. It didn't cost that much. So yeah, one skyline is sold. I still have the purple one, which is gonna be difficult to get rid of. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, or if I'm gonna do it. So we're gonna see if I sell it. I'm gonna be able to have more money to put down a down payment on an apartment. If I want to buy an apartment, I would also be able to get like a newer car to drive as my daily, so I don't have to spend. Either I can have an older car. So either I buy a car for $5,000. Let's say I have $12,000 or $15,000. I buy a car for $5,000. I have $10,000 to repair it. So if something breaks, bam, it's paid. Repair it, keep it running. Or I buy a car for $15,000, and hopefully I don't have to repair it. So, it's depends on how I want to do it. I do like the car I have, but it's making some sounds, and I don't know how I'm gonna approach it. But I bought it, but I had a Volvo 4-wheel drive car XC70, and then we bought a Honda CRV for my girlfriend, so that she can have a 4-wheel driven car as well. with automatic gearbox, so she doesn't have to worry about it. She cannot work from home, so she has to go to work even though it's a blizzard. So we had two four-wheel driven cars. The Volvo started to make a sound. I'm probably gonna have to choose fairly soon if I'm gonna put down $1,000 in it or if I'm gonna buy a newer car. I don't know. The engine is in it. It's good. If I put down like $3,000-4,000 into it, it's gonna probably last for a long time. So yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do. So, and I did buy a car yesterday for like $1,000, which is from my girlfriend's father. He wanted me to sell it, but it was too cheap and too good and too well maintained, and he's been doing a lot of work on it. He's a mechanic, so I bought it from him. So regardless if the Volvo breaks down and I want to save up money to fix it or however I want to do it, I have a cheap car now that's basically running. So I could sell the Volvo and only drive that, you know, like there's so many options you can see. So this is basically in my head, been ranting about my different options and what I'm gonna do. Well, one thing that's for certain is I enjoy working out again, so I'm really happy with this. I'm really thankful and that I'm able to do this, and I have a couple of years now where I can try to raise the bar. After you turn 35, it's kind of like it becomes a different game, but at the same time, if I'm gonna compete at that age, then I'm gonna also compete against other people with the same kind of situation, so it doesn't really have to be all that. So now I'm gonna go fill up the fire. I'm gonna go eat and have some meetings and do some work. Thank you for watching. I'm happy to be back, and I'm just excited. So I'm gonna cut this one together. It's not gonna be too long of a video. It's pretty long seeing how little I worked out, but yeah, probably hopefully next time I do this video, we're gonna do the other workout. So basically two different days with working out, keeping it super simple right now and just enjoying it. All right, I'll see you around. Peace.